What is up, guys? Boris here, and today I'm here to discuss a topic that a lot of people seem to be very interested in, and that is, are we ever going to get a second time skip? Now, obviously, we had a first time skip already about 2 years, and all the characters got huge overhauls in terms of design. Some people got really powerful, including all the supernovas. They all seem to be very powerful post time skip, and really all the Straw Hats managed to get new moves, new design. It was really awesome, to be honest. I really enjoyed the time skip, and it has really proven effective, especially when it comes to certain people like Luffy and Zoro, who trained with really powerful people, talking some of the strongest pirates of all time. And we're really wanting to know exactly where that's going to go in the future. One of the very popular things that people have started noticing is how the Grand Line is sort of a blueprint or the layout for what's been going on in the new world. A lot of things really seem to match up, especially when we got to Dressrosa. It sort of confirmed all of it. And if this is any indication, then this really might mean that we might possibly get a second time skip at some point. Now, let me explain why I think that. If you remember back in Fishman Island, there was a prophecy by Madame Shirley that the Fishman Island would eventually be destroyed by Luffy. Now, if you think about where the Straw Hats are going as they're progressing through the new world, it's going to take them a long time to get back to Fishman Island. It's going to be a while before they go because they're going in the opposite direction, right? So how can Luffy destroy Fishman Island if he's going on the opposite direction? So if the Grand Line is indeed a blueprint of the new world, where we begin with right before we begin with Arlong Park and get the whole Fishman thing there, and then right before the new world we get Fishman Island, and so on and so forth. We get the Alabasta Saga, Dressrosa Saga, we say with Princess, and just a lot of stuff like that happens. Then I can definitely see a third time skip where this follows a very similar template as well, where we begin with the Fishman Island, but instead of Luffy saving it this time, he ends up destroying it, which that can just mean he saves everyone by finally being able to accomplish the dream of Joy Boy and raising them up to the world. And it's really interesting as to why there would be a second time skip, and would it be necessary. And here's what I think. I think that at some point the One Piece will be found. Obviously, we can all assume that is true because that's the whole point of the series. And I think that Luffy will find it at that raft tail, wherever that is. And again, once Luffy finds the One Piece, there's going to be a lot of stuff that goes down. It's going to be a whole war. We know that the new followers of Luffy, they're going to be catalysts for an important event that's going to happen in the future. And so what this means is that I think that after Luffy finds the One Piece and everything goes down, there's going to be a time skip, because that's when all the important people are going to come out and all of a sudden become a threat. All you're talking about all the admirals, possibly the Gorosei, talking about Blackbeard pirates, everyone's going to become involved. And so I think once we find One Piece and possibly the ancient weapons, then that's when I think the time skip could happen, and that's when they will need it, because at that point, I mean, Luffy will be out of techniques. Everyone will pretty much have gone all out. And let's face it, Luffy is not Admiral level yet. He barely defeated Doflamingo, and Doflamingo is scared of Kaido. Like, this is pretty crazy. And the Emperors have huge crews as well. Well, for the most part, maybe Shanks, but Shanks' crew is still pretty big, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat everyone and to really find the One Piece and become the Pirate King. But if there is a second time skip, then that might be exactly what is needed for them to finally be able to, you know, get. I think it might happen after they get the One Piece, and so and maybe that's what will allow them to defend it. Or I don't know what I really don't know what the One Piece is, but I really think that the second time skip would allow them to be on par with all the other strong characters in the One Piece verse. So if it does, again, if there's a second time skip, then following it, I believe that there'll be a template similar to that of what we've seen so far. So begin with the Fishman Island and the destruction of Fishman Island, and then go throughout the different islands. Maybe go back to Skypiea. There's just a lot of cool stuff that I think would really be awesome to see again. Like revisiting go back to Alabasta, go back to Skypiea, go back to a lot of these islands, but in reverse order or something. I don't know, but it's really interesting, and I can't wait to see exactly what is going to be in store for us. So let me know down below what you guys think. Is there going to be a second time skip? Which characters do you think would benefit the most out of a second time skip? And do you think that would be what is needed for Luffy to sort of get to that Admiral level, get to that Yonko level? Because let's face it, Luffy at some point has to be as strong as an Emperor. That he just needs to be. That's just the way the shonens are written, and that's the way that Luffy has to grow in order to become the Pirate King, in order to be respected by everyone. And there's still so much left to learn in One Piece. The only thing keeping me from thinking that there might be a second time skip is the fact that Oda might want to end the series because he's been writing it for so long. He says if he keeps writing ideas the way they come to him, that he'd be writing this for the rest of his life. And I'm sure that he wants to take a break. I'm sure he wants to be with his family and stuff. And so he probably wants One Piece to end eventually. The only way he can do that is if he actually starts to wrap everything up. So maybe that's why there won't be a second time skip, but I can definitely see it being the case. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know who you would like to see the most benefit from a time skip. I mean, we saw Zoro and Luffy power up pretty strong, but I want to see Sanji train with an epic person. I want to see Chopper train with an epic person. Usopp train with his father. Stuff like that, man. Like Luffy train with Shanks. Like that's what a time skip would be to me. So again, let me know down below if you guys would like to see a second time skip. And until next time, thanks for watching.